Good evening, good morning, and good night. Welcome to Inappropriate Radio. It's your host. Let's get into this. So, hi guys. I hope all is well. No periodic table or alien talk tonight. However, you already know the creator came through with the message, right? So, just a PSA, I've been cleaning a lot, and this kind of like offset my voice being a little raw because I used too much bleach. So, just work with me, follow me, alright? I'm feeling a little ooze, doos, bagoos, okay, in the voice, but we are though. Now, I got a download about miscarriages. That was the initial miscarriage, and then the creator said to add in abortion, although those are two different things. In the physical, right? One is a forced separation on your own account, and then the other is the creator causing the separation for whatever reason. But as it pertains to the spiritual world, it's the same, right? Losing your connection to your fetus or your offspring in this dimension, right? That's what they both would translate to. The connection being cut prematurely, all right, for whatever the reason may be. Now, it's crazy because a few weeks ago, we had a segment about your children being stolen in the spirit, right? Now, this is possible, of course, as a result of witchcraft, people swapping energies, attacking you, etc., etc. Miscarriages now are a little different, okay? Now, I got the download earlier, and then for the past few hours, like after I got the download, I kept getting a little more information. And then the creator was basically telling me that sometimes he will use your own children as karma because he doesn't want to break the promise or the purpose or the reason that he has created you, because his word is the law of the universe. We are tied to that, right? So when he speaks a thing over our lives, it is a part of the energetic infrastructure, right, of this dimension and of the universe within itself. So it doesn't matter what happens, everything he says comes to pass. But sometimes the offspring is being used to either break a contract between the parent and the child from a different timeline, right? So let's just say a child was supposed to be born by you in Earth in 1920, right? But for whatever reason, it didn't happen. So the creator will allow that fetus to come through you still for this dimension to not disrupt the fabric or the infrastructure of the universe, right? Because it'll balance out. Listen, I know this sounds crazy, but we all have an energetic signature that is added to the vibration of the universe, and it's coming from our life force. And a lot of the times, chaos is being erupted because things don't happen the way the creator wants them to, in the sense that people are practicing witchcraft or there's some sort of disobedience that has happened that has caused, a situation to not go the way the creator wants it to go, because we are allowing our own free will and demonic, interference to sway us in the opposite directions, right? So a lot of the times these fetus will come through you still because they were still supposed to come through you. So this brings back balance to the infrastructure. it's kind of like the foundation being a little foggy and like off base. But then once that fetus comes through, the energetic sequence that is missing is now there because it was able to be funneled through the mom to come out and be expressed in this dimension, right? The Creator allows everything that He allows for whatever reason, but when it comes to the miscarriages now, He has allowed us to understand that we sometimes make connections, not even that we're not ready for, but we're not ready for in the sense that our spirits have to experience a particular amount of everything in order to really, really be the energy that we need to be in this waking life. Okay, what do I mean? I'll give you an example. The Creator wants to have us operating at a particular frequency. For women, and we've had this conversation about protecting, pregnant women, and this is kind of in that ballpark where the frequency of a mom while she's with child, as well as that new life that is coming, whether it is a reincarnation or not, there are tons of different reasons why the Creator will allow such a thing to happen. And not even the karma, and not even because, they were supposed to come through at a different timeline and we're trying to restore balance. The Creator wants our spirits to have a particular frequency. The frequency of the mother or being a mom gives your soul and your spirit and the spirits that are attached to you that are pertaining to life more experience, more energy. So when the Creator allows you to get pregnant and then you lose it for whatever reason, whether it's because someone has finagled your energy, whether it's because you owe the universe, some sort of karmic debt, or it's, an energy source that needs to be contributed, right? Because we all have an amount of energy that we're given in a lifetime. And sometimes when we don't put out that certain energy, the frequency that we carry while, being pregnant is very radiant. It carries a lot of high voltage energy. So the Creator will say, okay, I gave you 50 million tons of energy. By the age of 20, you were supposed to have putting out 100 and you only put out 90. So I'm going to take this fetus because I need 10 watts of that because you owe it to the universe for whatever reason, right? Now, with the abortion, it's something different because you're forcing it. But again, it is the separation of a mother from her fetus. When you consciously make that decision, of course, it's the Creator allowing it to happen. But when you consciously exercise, right, your free will to separate yourself, I don't have to tell you that you are racking up karmic debt. I don't have to tell you that you need to find out what type of spirits have convinced you, but you are literally cutting off your genetic sequence. And that's a whole different topic, but the gist of this conversation is to pretty much be aware of the energy that we bring forth and the energy that the Creator is gifting us. And this includes a child. So when He takes it away, it's for multiple reasons. And it's so cliche, right? To say, oh, everything happens for a reason. Like, all of that is true, right? But the whole point here is to understand the Creator, so much so that it allows us to understand our bodies. And sometimes we're not in a high enough frequency in order to even carry a child. And when I say carry, I mean maintain a full-term healthy pregnancy. Sometimes people believe that they have been robbed, and it sometimes could be true. You may owe that energy to a different dimension, right? Not even just a different timeline. I gave the example as, the 1920 thing, but that's just for this dimension on a different timeline. You can owe that frequency to a different dimension, and the Creator allowed it to happen because maybe your spirit, right? Follow me, is intergalactic, and your vessel is that powerful where you can carry energy for multiple dimensions. Okay? You can have a baby here and you can have a baby elsewhere as a result of your energy being so potent. And that's a totally different, conversation. The Creator will, like I said, give you the opportunity to hash out your differences or your depths. But the overall gist is to understand what that life force is carrying. And we'll be able to say, hey, maybe it just wasn't meant. It was. If the Creator allowed the baby to be made, it was meant, but maybe just for a different timeline. And this may be one of those things where, you may feel like you wanted to experience your child, or maybe you didn't. I don't know. You know how it is, that you feel. I'm not speaking to your emotions or even your possible experience as being someone who experienced a miscarriage. I'm speaking to the spiritual reasoning for it, okay? Your personal experience is just that. Whatever you learned from that thing or whatever has occurred as a result is your personal lesson for this dimension. But when it comes to the spiritual realms, if the Creator, again, allows you to get pregnant and then He takes that child, it's for a reason that really has nothing to do with this dimension, as far as the spirit world is concerned. It's more so pertaining to a different dimension, a different timeline, a karmic debt. Some people, you probably stole somebody else's kid in a different past life and you owe them that child. And it may seem cruel, but that's just how the Creator does business. Of course, again, we can always say that someone wasn't ready, but the Creator will not allow anyone to get pregnant if they're not ready for mother energy. You have to understand that frequency is connected to the core of the earth, okay? It is an energy that every species carries. So it's not a play thing, right? It's not one of those things that you can just get and say, God didn't want me to experience that. No. Sometimes the energy is just for you to experience, just to raise your frequency, and tap in more, right? But I'm going to end it here. I do love y'all. I hope y'all are enjoying your weekend. I hope you are drinking your water, eating your fruit and vegetables, and sipping on your own tea because it's free. Love y'all. Peace.